Okay, hello, hello, hello. Hi, guys. I'm so sorry. I've joined through different link. Was waiting for you in the another link, in the another Zoom session. Hi, Kim Cho. 14 participants. Kim Cho. How many days left? 2 weeks left. Have you started receiving countdown? Acha, that countdown you ACCA sends before like 4 weeks, na? Every Monday. How's the Josh, guys? Nothing? Hello. Deepak. Dhairya is to not giving. Anamya. Hi, Lisa. What have you guys done in on the weekends? Studied, na? Practice exam care questions. Today we have to start with just a second. Who's this? Cameras on. Oh, it started exam kit questions. Very nice. Good, good. Do topic wise there, okay? I think you might have done three till corporate governance, complete corporate governance, and go further for the next sitting. Who is this? Hi, Naira. Do you want to speak something? Okay. Cameras on, guys. Chalo, come on. Just a second. Any doubts? Any doubts so far? Good evening. Yes, Pradeep, welcome. How's the Josh? Hmm? 2 weeks left. You will have to sit for your exam on next to next Monday. How's the Josh then? Hi, hello. Have you received, have you checked that audit file? अरे वाह, hi, that's good. अच्छी बात है. Like get good grades. I mean, clear with good marks. Okay. Yes, I've shared one note. Like, have you checked that? First of all, please, cameras on. Naira, camera on. Just a second. Josh is moderate. Okay, I get it. Don't worry. Your Josh will come. Okay, substantive procedures, I'll bring that Josh. Substantive procedures, if you're good at it, you almost cleared your paper. Okay, have you checked those notes? Just a second. Let me open it. Uh, risk. See, I'll also show you this. वैसे तो I shouldn't share this because this was, you know, purely मेरी मेहनत. I want you guys to use this. I mean, see, look at this. This is how I created the notes. And it was helpful for me in the exam. See, whenever there is a new audit client, team is not familiar, increase detection risk, keywords. Okay, write down keywords. Suitable experienced team, allocate the team to obtain understanding, perform thorough background check, detailed briefing to cover key areas. Keywords, right? Anything comes up, any such situation comes up, you have to, these keywords usually are going to be useful. So for substantive procedures as well, you have to create notes in this way only. Okay. Now let's start with the procedures. Camera's on. Where is Akshat? Camera on. Okay. Now, first of all, before starting with substantive procedures, let's understand why there is a need of substantive procedure. Matlab, slowly, if I, start telling you these are the procedures, you'll forget everything. Why do you need procedure? Now, to provide proper audit evidence, to provide proper audit opinion, auditor need evidence, right? Evidence that the financial statements are free from material error and gives true and fair view. That's why you need substantive procedures. Exactly. Hmm. Okay. Exactly. Huh. That's why you need That's why you need the evidence. Now see, I hope you know all the assertions. What are the assertions? Assertions. The keyword I remember is ACC overweight. So if I talk about this, rights and obligations, yes. Accuracy, completeness, cutoff, existence, valuation, correct. Hmm. Allocation. Allocation and presentation is the same thing. Allocation. O. Occurrence. V. Valuation. Allocation, classification, presentation. Everything comes under the same thing, right? Valuation. E. Existence. Sense. And R is your rights and obligations. These are your 8 assertions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now, these assertions are the silent claim done by the management, done into the financial statement. That's it. Like if you talk about any receivable balance or any sales, okay, sales. If you're talking about sales, then it is that the sales recorded, whatever the sales recorded, whatever the revenue recorded, that is of the current period only. Okay, these are the assertions. Now, what is substantive procedures? Procedure to collect evidence to verify these assertions. Understood? It's simple. It's very simple. Just to prove that this is correct. Now, how to draft substantive procedures? Do you know any format? How to draft? Any formula to draft? Any formula?
Action, source, and objective.
Very good. Wow, very nice. To draft any substantive procedure, you need action, source, objective. Objective is basically your assertion. That's it. Which assertion are you getting? Okay. Now, if I talk about, see, let's say you have to verify the sales balance. daily sales balance. How will you verify? Let's say if I record, I have a cafe. Assumptions. Chalo, assumptions में चलते थोड़े. Right? Let's say I have a cafe. I I teach ACCS, so I won't have time to go there and check the daily sale, how much I am, how much. Sorry, I won't be there to handle the operation. Sorry, right? But I'll hire someone to handle the operations. Now, whatever the sales happening in the day, let's say they are selling any item you love in cafes, pasta or anything. Come on, any dishes, bakery also we can take. Red velvet cake. Okay. वैसे नाम है cookies. Cookies बेच दूँ. You'll cook. I'll order cookies from you. Inventory from you. Okay. Let's take two example on red velvet cake and cookies for revenue. Now I need to check how much is my per day sales. How will I? You tell me. How will I check? कैसे check करूँगी मैं? सोचो. I need to check. Let's say the employee is telling that per day I've earned 10,000. Let's selling these on hypothetical, right? Sales register. True. Sales register. Document for cookies. Let me write down. Huh. Sales register. Then what else? Invoices, bills. True. Very good. Invoices. Are they buying on credit or cash or bank? I mean, credit, cash or. Hmm? बताओ बताओ. Bank statement. Very good. I'll check the bank statement. Very good. Ledger. Hmm. And that's it. I've ordered cookies from Anamya. And let's say from Sumit, I've ordered red velvet cake. 100 pieces for both. That's my inventory. Very nice. That's my inventory. I need to check now how much inventory outflow is there, or like how much inventory has gone out of my premise. Inventory. Very good. Whenever there is inventory coming up, you'll always check for goods dispatch note. GDNs. Okay. One more thing. Bank statement is there, then cash book will also come. Will it come? Yes or no? Cash book will also come. Chalo, cash book will come. One more thing. Whenever you're talking about cash book, any sales happening, you also need to check receivable, whether are you giving a turn on receivable or credit sales or not. So you check for credit sales or receivable statement. That's it. Okay. Now, for example, let's say from Sumit, I'm ordering red velvet cake. Sumit says that your last month payment is not done. Okay, I'm purchasing everything on credit from Sumit. Okay. Now, in case I'm purchasing on credit, what proof, what documents I have? Tell me. Goods receipt note. That is in the case of purchases. Okay. And this is in the case of revenue. Very good. I have GRN. Just a second. 1 second. True. Purchase vouchers. Purchase vouchers. Then what else? What else? I'm purchasing on credit. Huh? I'm purchasing on credit. How? Okay, if I'm purchasing on credit, Bindika, it's automatically my payable. You need to tell me the statement. I mean, a source. I cannot say payables. Payable is a balance I want to verify. Tell me which is the document I'll take verification from.
Individual supplier statement.
Very good. Supplier statement. When there are multiple suppliers, you can take individual. So, supplier statement. See, these are the documents. When I told you on last day, when Friday, I told you that please write down the documents which are going to be useful because students, those who are especially not a working professional, they will find out problem into this area. क्योंकि verify किधर से करना है? You guys don't know because you have no work experience, right?
Circularization letter for major customers.
Exactly. Outsider evidence that is. है ना circularization. So yeah, circularization or can I use the easy word supplier statement. Supplier statement. Circularization is better. Okay.
And मैम सब्सटैंसिव लिखते हुए हम एनालिटिकल प्रोसीजर्स भी लिख सकते हैं ना?
हाँ.
पर एनालिटिकल पूछा तब सब्सटैंसिव नहीं लिख सकते.
नहीं, I'll explain this. I'll come to this. पहले मुझे document होता. I'll come to this. I'll clear this. Okay. Okay. Circularization and then what else? Year-end cash balance. How much cash you have paid post year-end. Post year-end cash balance. Cash statement. Because in statement, you will see that how much cash you have given to the supplier or cash in transit bank statement, or you can also confirm that with the inventory. Let's say what if you have received, yes, Lisa, inventory ledger account, right? All these are the areas. Understood? That's why you need substantive procedures because in substantive procedures, you'll verify the claim, silent claim. You'll take what actions will you see? Like, see, GRN is there. What should I do with GRN? Confirm your GRN balance. What? अच्छा, you tell me. सब कुछ आपको पता है. You guys know everything. In GRN, what do you find out? Units received, goods.
डेट कब रिसीव हुआ, अमाउंट.
True, very good. Date. Let's say in exam, they give you that provide cutoff testing, okay, for the payable balance. You will go and check the GRN, confirm the GRN with the units received, check the date on the GRN. That is cutoff testing. Goods received, again the invoices generated, GRN statement. So that's how you'll draft your substantive procedures, okay? Now, in substantive procedures, if I talk about, there are two types of procedures. And then we'll start with the actual what are the procedures. वो तो होता रहेगा. There are two types of procedures. One is test of detail. Detail. And second one is analytical procedures. Now, if I talk about test of detail, it will check your cutoff testing. Cutoff in the sense everything in detail. Date, supplier, who is the supplier, how much is the exact balance, how much is the exact unit, how many are the exact units, or what is the type. Let's say I've ordered bottles. If I say I need yellow bottles, it will have that. Detail testing, test of detail. If I talk about analytical procedures will check the total. तो ये लेके मत चलो कि एग्जाम में ये बोला है तो ये लिखो. The point is that analytical procedures is checking total. I'll write down checking total by ratios or confirming the ratios or trends, etc.
Budgets with actual.
Huh. Which is arithmetical accuracy. In short, mathematical accuracy. Okay. Budget with actual, that will also be a part of. In short, for arithmetical accuracy, there is a need of analytical procedure. When they write down in exam, write analytical, substantive analytical procedures. Then substantive, wherever they are using the word, it means they want to verify a claim, verify the assertions. ठीक है? Very simple. The analytical procedures you will use the same into your audit risk as well, into your test of detail as well. You're gonna use in audit risk. What's the difference between both substantive and audit risk while drafting? What is the difference you notice? सोचो. You done exam kit na? I tell my students smartly पढ़ो. Do two questions. That's fine, but very smartly. What is the difference between audit risk? You also write test of detail, you also do analytical procedures, but what is the difference between audit risk and your substantive procedures? In case, let's say, you have to write down analytical procedures for audit risk, the same analytical procedures you have to write down for substantive procedures. What is the difference? Give recommendation to minimize or reduce or remove the risk, right? Do you claim anything? Do you prove anything? Do you prove anything? Yes, correct. You check the financial statement. वो तो वैसे substantive में भी होता है. In audit risk, do you have to prove any assertion? Yes or no? No. Yes. So that's where, अब I hope your basics are clear. When you talk about analytical procedures asked in substantive procedures, you will always try to verify a claim, any assertion. If you write down assertion, if you write down properly action, if you write down proper source, full marks for substantive procedures. मतलब 30 marks तो कहीं नहीं जा रहे. ऐसे ही audit will be clear. And if you know substantive procedures, audit risk is also easy. 50 marks anyhow, खेलते खेलते आ जाएंगे. समझ आया? How is audit now? अब समझ आ रहा है? मतलब got it? चलो. Now let's discuss receivables. Do you want to take screenshot or anything, or should I remove this? Shall I remove this? My voice is breaking. Just a second. एक second. Okay, all right. Ab, is it safe? Is it okay? Lisa, for everyone, is my voice breaking or only for Lisa? Oh, Lisa, you need to check your internet connection. Because for mine, everything was like nothing needed to be changed. Okay, all right, chalo. Now, if I talk about receivables, let's discuss this. Receivables में होता क्या है? What can happen? Whenever you have receivables, what is? Can you please give more explanation how we prove assertions? Okay, all right. How you prove assertions? You can prove assertions from your any of the statement you take. We'll do examples. That's how you'll understand better. Okay. If I talk about receivables, anything you sold on credit. Okay. If you're selling anything on credit, what documents you have? Write down documents first. ChatGPT को बोले करना है. हाँ. Let me try first because I can't sell you my, teachers ki wo secret tricks. Just a second. Do you use ChatGPT for your studies? Oh, yes. I said, do you think ChatGPT is gonna replace trainers soon? Hmm? Thank God. Why? Ah, IT for sure. Mm-hmm. Uh, it gives wrong answer. Sure. Let me. True. Human interaction is important. And matlab, I feel it's good ChatGPT, but sometimes it matters. Like लिखा हुआ तो हम पढ़ लेते हैं, but when someone explains, it feels good. Like समझ easily आता है. You understand better. एक सेकेंड ना. Hmm. Just a second. I've received it. I need to make proper notes so that I can give it to you. Acha, let me make it in the Word file only. It'll be better. Test procedures. Guys, camera's on. हाय आप लोग तो बिल्कुल नहीं सुनते. A trainer will be bored. Uh, just writing all the documents. Hmm. Now easy. Chalo. Let's see this. Okay. See, there are different ways for any kind of, in case there is any receivable. First thing you can do is from the client, you can take, talk, like from the client, you can confirm the balance. If you confirm anything from the client, what is that? What kind of evidence is this? What kind of evidence is this? I want interactive. See, then only I can make your substantive procedure easy. Because I need to understand कि आप mistake कहाँ करते हो. हाँ, client will unreliable. Third party is the always reliable one. Come on, from the client whenever you are confirming anything. Acha, oh yeah, sorry. Yes, it's unreliable. Oh, just a second. This is talking from the perspective of auditor. Auditor. Yes, of course, from the client, it's gonna be unreliable. Internal records, right? It's gonna be unreliable. From the client, how much can you get? If it's third party, then it's most reliable. Sorry, right? External confirmation, it's the most reliable one, right? What are the ways? See, receivable listing, aging report. In the receivables testing, you check for aged receivables. You check for bad debts as well, whether the client is gonna pay or not. Okay, you'll check for the customer wise aged receivable balance. You will divide into age wise 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days aging buckets, you can say that age period wise or the level wise, the level of aged receivables. Okay, you can also consider to check your trial balance general ledger. There will be receivable control account. Okay, in receivable control account you'll check trial balance. You'll check how many customers are paid. And let's say there's a customer who says 10,000 is outstanding. Sorry, you say that customers 10,000 is outstanding receivables. Okay, in receivable control account, you'll check that the whenever the sales happened, credit sales was 10,000 outstanding. In the within 30 days, the customer paid 5,000. Within the next after that 30 days, our first month, customer paid 5K. In the second month, customer paid 2K. How will you confirm this? That customer paid this? Yes, bank. So everything is linked. That's why bank statement and then cash book, cash flow, right? If you the customer has paid and there is 10,000, you need to remove that there's cash receipt. Okay, and now customer is saying he is not gonna pay. Okay, another situation. Outstanding balance is only 2,000, na? No, 3,000. But the customer says that they have paid it. They have paid it. And the sales happen on, let's say, 30 days, 30 days. Hmm. Let's say the customer is paying towards the end. The sales happen on Jan, 1st Jan. So on 1st Jan, they are paying on the web, like 31st Jan, first payment. And then 28th Feb. And then customer is saying they are paying on 31st March. They are supposed to pay March. What's the year end? 1st April to March, 31st March. And when you confirm with the customer, they are saying there is no amount balance. Then what is the problem? Where is 3K? 3,000. कहाँ रह गए? Where is it? सोचो. Think of it. Where is 3,000? Customer said that. Customer has paid it. Pradeep. Especially those who are working professionals. Bank statement. It might be cash in transit. If it's cash in transit, then you need to check after the year end. Have you received it? Right? You need to check for the bank statement. Bank statement again. Year-end receipts, year-end cash receipts, post-year end, I mean, post-year end cash receipts. Yes, bank statement after the year end. So these are some documents, okay? Now, in this, what claim are you in receivables, what claim are you verifying? सोचो.
Accuracy.
Very nice. समझ आया? Because there is customer, there is 10,000, They were showing receivables. So this is not accurate. There is a mistake into this. Okay. That's what accuracy claim is. Now understood how assertions can be, now how substantive procedures can be done. Yes, completeness as well. Whether everything is completely recorded. Valuation, can you say this? No, not in this procedure. I cannot say that valuation is that. No. Existence, yes, but it's not existing, na? That's the thing. If I give another example that 10K is actually outstanding, then existence would be there. Okay? So yeah, valuation cannot be possible. कहाँ से receivables में कहाँ से valuation करोगे? Any different way of valuation? How do you value your receivables? हाँ, true. Cut-off testing can be also considered for cut-off testing. Okay, chalo. If I have to do a cut-off testing, let's say cut-off testing for the receivables. Okay. I'll check for the sales invoices date onto that. In the sales invoice date, I'll also check one more thing. I'll compare that sales invoice date with the receivables, how much amount I have received, receivable control account, how much amount I have received as compared to that cash balance, whether I have received for the same goods or not. Cut-off testing. Understood? Date in this. Yes or no? Okay. Now see this. Receivable. Verify the control total. Check the total account. Check the receivable total. Check with the subsidiary ledger in case there is a subsidiary. Check with that. Data subsidiary customer statement. Customer wise breakdown of receivables. You can, you can do that. If correct is that, yes, you can consider in this. Okay. But don't you think it would be more accuracy? It would be more accuracy. You cannot consider valuation for this. Valuation would be more like, see, the point is how can you value this? Okay, see, valuation can come up, let's say. So, what product are you selling to me in my bakery business? Red velvet cake, na? I'm telling you, कहाँ काम आएगा ये? Sumit is selling to me red velvet cake for my bakery. Sumit is not in India. Sumit is in US. Oh, sorry. I'm selling to Sumit. Acha, sorry. I'm selling to Sumit red velvet cake. Okay. And he is in US. In US, in the sense, I'll have to take valuation from on the dollar, consider dollar, and whatever the amount, let's say he has to pay to me. अच्छा चलो, you might know US से ज्यादा अभी आपको, you are doing UK course ना, आपको UK के रेट ज्यादा पता होंगे. So let's say, हाँ, Sumit is in UK and I'm selling to him red velvet cake. Let's say I'm selling 1,000 box, and one box cost me 10 pound. Decent, right? 10,000 pounds I have to receive. But in my books, how will I show this? 10,000 pounds? I have to show, हाँ, see, Sumit, I'm explaining this. क्यों कहाँ से आएंगे? See, 10,000 pounds, if I have to, whenever a company is preparing financial statement, whatever the company is based, usually they prepare into that particular currency. Okay, that is as per the foreign standard. Now, as per the foreign currency standard, if there is receivables or if there is any asset, you have to first of all the date it is happening, the date sales is happening, and during the year, in case any change, any, because this is receivable balance. In case it was a cash balance, let's say the sales happened. This is a standard. Cash sales happened, then I would have taken average. Okay, but as this is a receivable balance, the date when it happened, on that date, as the standard says, on that date it should be recorded. So let's say the date when I sold to Sumit, it was 108 pounds. I'll record at this. So valuation will cover this part. In this I'll have to check. Okay, understood? So yes, valuation can come when in this kind of situation. Okay, chalo. Now let's see. Yeah, subsidiary, you can check for the breakdown of receivables from customer wise sales register. In sales register, you'll check whether it's actually occurred or not, because receivables is based on the sales. Okay, I check for accuracy. For vouching, sales vouchers. Okay, and then GDNs, because whatever the goods are, you might have dispatch GDNs, delivery challenge. Okay, that's one more thing. To sell anything, you need to take permission from any government or anything. You can check with that as well. The case, it will be same. It will be depend on the case study. Don't write down assertions not linked to the case study. You'll get 0 marks for it. You'll only get marks when it is based on this case study. Okay, don't worry. आज मैं आपको पूरा substantive समझाऊंगी, full fledged, and in tomorrow session we'll do questions. So also you can try it on your own. Okay.
जब क्वेश्चन में पूछा नहीं है assertion specific तो हम मतलब केस स्टडी को एनालाइज करके अपने बना सकते हैं ना.
Then you can do. But when they tell you that this is the specific assertion they want, then you have to write assertion wise. Usually ऐसे ना 3-4 marks के ही आते हैं. Direct, specific, maximum 5, not more than that. Okay. Now see, when there is a good dispatch note, the evidence goods actually delivered. If the goods are actually delivered, then it's a receivable. Let's say if goods are in transit, goods are in transit. Can you record that particular thing as a receivable? If goods are in transit, customer haven't received it, on what basis will you consider it? So true. Have I told you one thing? The risk about the risk. Uh, that whenever there is a transportation happening, who has the risk, who has not. I have multiple audit sessions going on right now. So I do forget कि मैंने कौन सी क्लास में क्या बोला है. Come on, बोला है मैंने?
यस मैम ऑडिट रिस्क के टाइम पे बताया था.
Audit risk के time पे. Yes, very good. Let's say it happens that I tell to my customer whenever I uh, give my goods in transit to like so that it reach to you. From that point you have the control. From that point it's your responsibility. If anything happens, it's your responsibility, not mine. Then I can record it as a receivable. But if I say that the moment you get my goods, that's the point you will have to consider it as a receivable. Let's say goods are not reaching by 31st March. Okay, they are reaching on 10th April. Can I record that in the receivable balance for the current year, for the 31st March 2024? Or let's say Acha, this is 25 now. Can I record 31st March 25? Because I'm saying to customer, I'll only consider the sales when you receive it actually. So batao. No. Assertion, you'll check. Year end. Goods in transit as well. Okay? Samajha? What will you check? The customer will have GRN. GRN date will check because I thought dispatched. It takes time to receive. It takes time to, in case I have to send something in US or UK, right? So I have to given it, but I'll confirm that balance. GRN, customer's GRN, or customer statement with my receivable, and I'll check with that. Okay, it will be in the next year receivable. I cannot show it right now. Okay. Delivery used for cutoff testing, sales order, verify terms, yeah, sales order as well. How many orders? What are the contracts? We'll check for that. Sales order. What is the exact value? What is the exact item amount? Sorry, total. Total goods type, etc. Everything, pricing, terms and conditions, credit terms and conditions. Credit terms and conditions. How many period they have to give? Okay. In case there is any discount, sales discount, है ना? That also I need to consider. Let's say to my customer, if I give a discount, I'm selling you goods for 1 lakh. If you give it to me in within 30 days, you'll have 5% discount on that. I need to check, है ना? And how will I check that? if I'm selling to you in 1 lakh goods, if you pay me within a month, how will you check this? And 5% discount will be there. बताओ, statement बताओ, document बताओ. Is this tough? बताओ. Very easy. Okay, I'll repeat. Let's say if I'm selling anything on credit, I tell my customer that if you pay me, the sales is of worth 1 lakh. Okay. I tell my customer if you pay me within a month, I will give you 5% discount on this, which is 5,000. I know, 5,000. So how can I check? How can I check whether he has paid me within a month or how much discount I need to consider? How can I check? That's a contract terms and condition. How can I check? Payment date. Compare your payment date with the sales date. Invoice
बैंक
date.
स्टेटमेंट.
Bank statement. How much cash I have received? Is he actually giving me 95,000? Cash book. Very good. In the contract, I also need to check one more thing. If let's say, if I say 5% discount on this order or from further orders, that also I need to consider. If I'm saying on this order, 95,000 balance, I need to confirm. If they say, if I've in the contract somewhere I've written that from the next time, you'll get 5% discount of this into the next time, which is 5,000 discount, the person will get whenever they order 2 lakhs of the goods. Okay. Or let's say 1,50,000. But if I see that person that last goods 5%, last sales 5%, 30 days, you'll get that discount in the next time, not this time. Then I need to check 1 lakh balance is there or not. So you tell me, do you need to write down balance in substantive procedures? Amount? Do you need to write for amount? Yes. Everywhere? Everywhere? You'll write down. Jahan pe it's relatable, wherever it's relatable, only there. Okay? That's what your drafting, that's why your drafting skills matter in audit. It's very easy, but what after this session, just one thing you need to go do. Take out any substantive procedure and read from this mindset, and then you'll be done with substantive procedure. Okay? Credit note, debit note, check for the accuracy, completeness, cut-off testing. Cash, bank records, you can check to verify the receipts after the year end, during the year end. Okay? Or cash in transit, bank statement, you can see that. Provision for doubtful debt. Oh, yeah, whenever there is a receivable, by default, debt will come up. You, in case the management has not recorded debt, even though customer is not paying, write down. Then first thing you'll do, ask the management on what basis they have done. If the management says that it's usual for my customer, they pay me 4 months after 4 months. Usually they pay me after 4 months. Then you will confirm the balance from the last period as well. We'll check that. That's substantive procedure. Okay. Whenever there is a doubtful debt, we'll check for age analysis. Let's say if it's more than a year, it cannot be considered history of that history of that particular person. True. You can consider receivable collection period as well. You can check that in case of doubtful debt. So these are talking about internal evidence. For external, you can talk with the customer as well. Okay. Or in case, let's say it happens, the customer is not gonna pay you. It happens, then what will you do? ठीक है मत पे कर चलेगा. Are you gonna do that? This is how business works. नहीं लेना जा. ईगो आ गया बीच में. अच्छा ओके राइट ऑफ. बस. Factoring. Yes, exactly. Very nice. Factoring. One more thing. Okay, sure, Pradeep. I'll share it. That's why I'm making it in on Word file. Materiality to for sure. If any transaction material, then only I'll do substantive testing. Na? Logically socho. If the customer says 5 महीने हो गए, customer does not want me to pay, is not gonna pay me. What will I do? Will I bring my ego? नहीं चाहिए तेरे पैसे जा कर ले को चाहिए ही नहीं हम करते हैं ना sometimes you do ना if someone denies anything in first and then you're like नहीं जी अब विल यू डू दैट विद कस्टमर?
मैम ऑडिटर के पर्सपेक्टिव से।
हाँ, ऑडिटर के पर्सपेक्टिव से आप ये बोलो कंपनी क्या करती है ऐसी सिचुएशन में, यू टेल मी कंपनी क्या करती है? राइट ऑफ तो
कंपनी
पक्का करेगी।
कस्टमर से कम्युनिकेट करेगी रीजंस के लिए कि क्यों नहीं दे रहे अभी, आगे क्या
हाँ
प्रोबेबिलिटी है कि देंगे।
हाँ, बट आपको लगता है कंपनी कोई लीगल एक्शन भी लेगी? एग्जैक्टली, यस। व्हेन इट कम्स टू मनी, company will take legal action as well, so that is also one thing you need to consider. In case your customer might have taken legal action, you need to check with the, with whom, with whom, lawyer. Check with the external party, right? How sure is this claim is going to be successful? If that comes up out of court settlement, see the point is one thing is related to all other things. आपको ऐसे लिंक करना आना चाहिए. And in exam, it's not that you will write on everything. जहाँ पे कुछ legal, they are not writing anything legal. You'll never write it. They are just saying customer bad debt show करना है. Then you will confirm that bad debt balance is that. Okay, but you need to think from more perspective that these things could be there. That's how you will cover substantive procedures fast. ठीक है, रट रट के नहीं होने वाली है. आई हैव ट्राइड, जहां मेरे अटेम्प्ट लगे वहां मैंने सब्सटेंटिव को रटना ही ट्राई करा था. ठीक है, एंड देन आई रियलाइज दिस वर्क. ओके, write off further from the files evidence of any bad debt. How, what are the evidence? Customer is saying that they are not going to pay, or customer is on liquidation. If customer is liquidated, public post, anything could be there, है ना, कुछ तो होता है proof. We'll confirm with that. Approval and supporting correspondence with the customer, approval from the management. Okay, so in short, whatever an auditor does, they need to prove that thing with an evidence. So that's what you're gonna do. That's it. Talking about external evidence. External evidence, two ways. In external evidence, positive in the sense if this is present, then only you respond. If this is not, then you'll never. The customer is not need to respond. Okay. If this is positive, then in that scenario, they don't need to respond usually, and when that's something negative, they will respond. That's the scenario. First thing, direct evidence. If you take direct evidence from the customer, existence and accuracy will be confirmed. Yes, if the customer is saying it is, you know, existing actually. Accuracy, you'll confirm the balance. As per my books, I'm think like I have to receive XYZ amount, let's say 10,000 amount. But as per customer, it's only 8,000. Check for the accuracy. Okay. Confirm response follow up in case I don't get as an auditor. If I don't get the response, I need to take the follow up actions. Okay. Even if customer denies, it happens, na? In exam, you might get that customer is denying from the response. What evidence will you take? So where will you confirm? Purchase history. True purchase history, invoices, year-end bank statement. These are some areas which we basically discussed above area. Okay, it happens sometimes. Customer does not respond. How will you say? घर जाके थोड़ी बोलोगे भाई बता मेरे को. Not possible, right? So that's why we'll do this. For bank statement, you'll verify with the receipts after the year and what are the receipts. We'll talk. You'll check for the bank statement. You'll check bank verification letters. You'll trace the after year in hand. That's the thing. We'll consider legal letters for receivable in case of the litigation. The same thing. हाँ मेरा बोलो बोलो. मेरा कैमरा ऑन.
मैम गलती से हाथ लग गया था।
क्या? माइक में गलती से क्या हो गया?
गलती से माइक ऑन हो गया था।
ओके ओके, कीप योर कैमरा ऑन. भाई मेरे को कोई मजा नहीं आता, मेरे को बार बार लैपटॉप को पढ़ाने का. आई डू इनफ फॉर द डे. चल, लॉस कंफर्मेशन ऑन ऑनगोइंग केसेस, सब शाये है. मेरे को सब शाय नहीं है, आई एम डैम श्योर सब ना सोते सोते खाते खाते पढ़ रहे होंगे, बट सी आई आई नेवर ऑब्जेक्ट अबाउट इट। लाइक मैंने खुद खाते खाते पढ़ाई करी है, हाउ वुड आई से नो। कोविड बैच में पूरा कॉलेज निकाला है मैंने। सो इट्स ओके इफ यू कैन कीप योर कैमरास ऑन। ओह, इसने आधा ही आंसर दिया क्या मेरे को? लाइक ओनली हाफ। आई नीड फॉर अदर एज वेल। अच्छा, नो गिवन। Hmm. See, for supporting documents for cutoff testing, you will check for post sales invoice towards the year end, sales invoice, dispatch documents towards the year end, goods written. Whenever there is receivables, you also need to check for the written. Let's say customer is saying only 10,000 is pending, but you say that no, there's 15,000 pending. There are chances that customer might have written and you might have not recorded. Inventory could also be a problematic area if you have not recorded, right? That's one thing you need to consider. And then management representation letter. Representation letter will confirm the valuation, recoverability, completeness, accuracy. Okay. Quick summary for exam audit files, aging something we have given, aging receivables report, data ledger, trial balance, general ledger. GL is general ledger. General ledger, sales invoice, GDN, right? Sales orders, any contracts, subsequent receipt, bank statements, data confirmation letters, provision of working papers, credit notes, bad debt write-off, legal confirmations, management representations. These are some areas. Okay, one more thing. Whenever you get substantive procedures along with audit risk or internal control, most of the document will be available in the question only. That's it. Anything? Hi. Okay, chalo. Now let's discuss from this. Check for obtain agent receivable, cast, agree with the balance, check with the balance. Cast in the sense this is action. See, now, acha, you were talking about this, huh? Action. Okay. Request direct confirmation from the customer, inspect the GDN. Action. Action. Inspect cash receipt post year end. Okay, okay, one more thing. You have seen all the documents. How is it? Is it easy? बताओ मुझे. Easy लग रहा है? अब easy लग रहा है? Yes or no? धैर्य. Substantive verb समझ आ रहा है? Little. How can I make it more easy? You tell me. इसके बाद एग्जाम के क्वेश्चन करते हैं. भाई आई वांट सब्सटेंटिव तो आप आराम से 30 ला दो ना, तो यू कैन ऑल्सो गेट अ रैंक. That's why. Okay. So yeah, inspect cash post year and how much you have received post year and check with the receivable days, compare with the credit terms and conditions, inquire with the management in case there is any outstanding overdue debt, check in correspondence with customer for the disputes, legal disputes. If there's legal dispute, legal team will come up. Recalculate. Acha, what kind of this assertion is this? Or what kind of action is this? Very little. Test of detail or this analytical? Correct. Okay. Recalculate the allowance, irrevocable debts, compare with the level of old debt, assess the adequacy, check the balance, right? Prepayment, in case there is prepayment invoice, check your invoices for confirm the expenditure. So let's say you are prepaid a rent. If you prepay anything, you at least get a invoice, you at least get a receipt, you'll check that. Calculate how much prepayment and calculate for the accuracy. Is that prepayment for the last period only? Let's say, for example, your year is from 1st April to 31st March. But whenever you do payment, whenever for rent, you pay for the whole year. I mean, let's say on the 1st April only, you are going a prepayment. You're doing a prepayment, okay? for the whole year. Let's say you are paying 12,000 एक साल के लिए, but नहीं, no no no, let me change the rate, sorry, ये थोड़ा अलग हो जाएगा. On 1st Jan, you are doing a payment and your year end is 31st March 25. Okay, you are doing 12,000 and per thousand 1,000 is 1,000 per month. 12,000 is a prepayment. Recalculate it. How much is the period for this month? 3 months. It should be 3K as a sorry, 3K as a expense, as an expense, and remaining 9K as a prepayment. Here, recalculate it. Inspect the bank statement. Confirm it's paid before the year end only or not. If it's paid, then only you can record it. If it's not paid, you will not record it. Allocation as well. Allocation won't come here. Please now. If more cutoff would be suitable, allocation won't come in. Okay, I'll tell you where allocation comes. In case there's a liability, okay, this is just to clear up your doubt. In case there's a liability. In liability, what two things you need to consider? Non-current asset, current assets. Sorry, I mean, sorry, current and non-current. That's where allocation comes up. Okay, that's fine. Chalo, let's do one exam kit question for receivable. Do you have any question on your mind? That's ma'am, ये वाला question करना है receivables के लिए. I can pick up that as well. I'm okay with both. Yes, which one? Are you enjoying it? काफी सन्नाटा है क्लास में आज. Are you enjoying it? Yes or no? Mm-hmm. Yes, there are. So, do you want me to do from study text? I'm going to allocate 3 days for substantive procedures because this is more important. हाँ हाँ. No, no, no. You have to देखो. See, the point in study text, you will be given all the substantive procedures. In exam, not all substantive procedures will be held, or not all substantive procedures will be useful. I mean, not always you'll get all the substantive procedures. No, not like that. You have to write on the scenario base. You have to remember all at least. मतलब अब remember करने में है ही क्या? Just check for documents. That's it. अरे, where is it? Audit evidence.
Ma'am, can you explain the difference between provision and contingent liability?
Okay, sure. Provision and contingent liability. Do you remember मैंने एक वो शेयर किया था आपके ग्रुप में किया था? एक सेकंड, let me find out and then this is March June 2021. अच्छा, March June 2021 में there is this as well, inventory as well. तो हम पहले इन्वेंटरी भी कर लेते हैं, उसके बाद March June 2021 क्वेश्चन विल बी एबल टू. एक सेकंड, which question number is this? Perfect. Hmm. Let's see. Contingent liability and provision. Let me explain that in the Word file only. There's, a table. A table liabilities and asset. That's a table. Okay. Situation in this, if it's possible, possible in the sense less than 50%. Okay, less than 50%. Then you'll show it as a contingent liability, which can only be confirmed when it actually happens, less than 50%. But you cannot show that as an asset, but you'll disclose that into notes. Okay. In case it's probable, which is more than 50%, which means for contingent, for liability, it's going to be a provision. You'll make a provision for it. Bad debt provision, your interest, that employee redundancy provision, है ना? ये सारे provision. In case the possibility is more than 50%, then you'll make provision. But for here, you'll make a contingent asset. Yes, contingent asset. Yes, you have obligation to do. And this is why you follow prudence concept. That's why you're gonna do this. Okay. And when it is 95% to 100% sure, liability. Have you heard something like contract? No, sorry. More than 90% to less than 99%. Liability, contract assets. You have received it. Oh, sorry, just a second. Tiny table. Liability and asset. That's it. Okay? Matlab, remember this table. This is how I remember till now.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Let's do inventory and then let's do exam kit, because in this question, in perfect question, two things are included. Okay. So let's do for inventory as well. Now, logically, you tell me, whenever there is inventory, what things you need to consider? What things comes up in inventory? First thing is different types of inventory, right? I'll consider types of inventory, types, which is raw material, work in progress, valuation. Okay, one more thing. Before understanding inventory, understand the standard IE S2. IES2 says that whenever you record inventory, inventory should be recorded at lower of cost and NRV. That's your inventory. अच्छा, let me write down here only. तो थोड़ा ना अच्छा रहेगा. Inventory standard समझो पहले. That's why I tell my students कि पहले एक बार थोड़ा FR की brief पढ़ लो, just pocket notes is fine, and then only you'll be able to do it. Which is IS2. Number is not much important. जब आता हो तभी लिखना, और नहीं आता तो don't prove the examiner कि हमें नहीं आता, मैं ऐसे ही गलत गलत लिखता. Don't do that. Okay? Inventory standard says that record inventory at lower of your cost and net realizable, realizable value. Okay. But what is your net realizable value? So if I talk about your NRV is always gonna be higher of what? Fair value less cost to sell एंड FR किसने पढ़ा है? एंड श्योर कैरिंग वैल्यू प्लीज ना, वैल्यू इन यूज. Now you don't have to mug up this. One very obvious logic. Have I given Activa example? One famous example. Acha, हाँ. From that example, you can consider if you have an Activa, you purchase it for let's say 1 or 2 lakhs. Okay, now if you have to sell that Activa, forget about the purchase price. I just want to consider how is your NRV be considered. So in case you have to, your Activa is no more gonna be survive. Like it will survive if you consider 10K of the maintenance or repairing cost. If you sell Activa, you will get 30,000 as receipt. But for that, you need to pay 10,000 as a repairing cost, and only you can sell it. For 20,000, you will get it. If you use that Activa per month, if you use that as a Rapido service, you can earn 20,000, which is per year, it's gonna be 2,40,000. Logically, if you think Hamesha, you will use it, you will try to recover the more value, 2,40,000. So your net realizable value is gonna be 2,40,000 maximum you can recover. Now your inventory will be lower of your cost and NRE. That's why I've told you the reason. Let's say there is work in progress inventory. You need to consider what level, at what level you need to consider, and how much is the valuation. What cost they are taking. Standard cost. If standard cost, how well standard cost is updated. If the standard cost they are taking, which is 10 years old, can you keep it? No, you cannot keep that. समझ आ रहा है? Hmm? Okay. Now it can be raw material. अच्छा है. Raw material, finished goods, work in progress, finished goods. Okay, these are different kind of goods. Main areas to check whether inventory actually exists or not. Let's say if the customer says that, acha, okay, if you have, there is purchase written, inventory does not exist, okay, or let's say there is a difference between your payable amount and the uh, and your supplier's payable amount. That could be reason because there is you have purchase written, or the same thing with the receivable, okay, because if they receive, if you in case of receivable, if they have given you something written, goods written, okay, then they will delete that balance from their amount. I delete the amount from their balance, sorry, their records, and then it will not be recorded, right? You should consider the inventory comes in case you have to check for the existence. For existence, how will you do? go at Go there and check it. चलो, for example, if I say that मेरे पास तो फरारी है, येलो कलर फरारी, existence, how will you check it? Who watch Big Boss? बिग बॉस कौन देखता है और कौन नहीं देखता, ये बता दो. आई फील मोस्ट ऑफ यू गाइस ना, ये वाला सीजन कौन देख रहा है? नायरा. आई न्यू इट. आई न्यू. मैंने नहीं देखा, बट आई जस्ट वॉच रील. तान्या ने क्या क्या क्लेम्स करे, क्या है, मुकेश अंबानी से बड़ा घर है? कैसे पता चला? मीडिया ने जाके देखा एग्जिस्टेंस? हम्म, बताओ. यस और नो? So where you can exist and you can check, that's where you can. बकलावा खाने के लिए दुबई, कैसे पता चला? कैसे पता चला?
रील से.
Proof. Right, as an auditor they'll write down this. ठीक है. चलो, ये तो हम एज एन ऑडिटर नहीं लिख पाएंगे, बट हाँ उसने एक ऐसा स्टेटमेंट दिया था ना कि हाँ, मुकेश अंबानी जितना बड़ा घर है, दे हैव टू यूज लिफ्ट इनटू देयर हाउस, बट एक और रील में पता चल गया कि उसके घर तो छोटा सा ही है, इतना बड़ा नहीं है. बाहर से मीडिया ने पिक्चर्स लेके, मीडिया गई वहां, तब उन्होंने देखा दैट इज एग्जिस्टेंस. चेक. प्रूफ. ठीक है. दैट्स अ पॉइंट. Okay, whenever there is inventory coming up, you have to check for the valuation as well. Because see, valuation, you have to check at what value they have recorded. Are they following the standard or not? Inventory standard or not? That's why valuation. Okay. Now one more thing you need to check. Let's say, you can check the inventory count as well. Okay, one more thing. Whenever client has to rely on inventory stated or inventory count done by the sorry, as an auditor, they have to rely on the client. They'll first ensure how they are considering, how they are counting the inventory, how they are counting in the sense, whether they are missing out anything. Is there any pre-counted or pre-numbered sheets or anything? They are recording on that basis, right? How they are
Effectiveness
counting.
of internal controls.
Effectiveness of internal controls. It also matters here. If it's good, then you can rely on their counting. But at least you'll go for one count. You'll check how they are doing, or who is there, who is reviewing it, so that you'll get an idea. Okay. An inventory is material. Auditors should attend the inventory count unless impractical. Impractical. In the sense, in case of Amazon, is it practical to attend inventory count? देखा Amazon का warehouse? नहीं देखा तो भी it's fine. Do you think it's practical? If if yes, then join as an internal auditor or external auditor and go there. I'll go for inventory count in Amazon. Right? It's not practical, right? So yeah, there are some conditions. Before the count, you'll check for the previous year working papers. You'll check how they are doing, what's correct. Check for the instructions, how client is giving instructions. You as an external auditor, you cannot check, but your client will do. But you'll check the proof that how is he providing, on what basis. Is he doing rack by rack basis or goods by goods basis? Or do they have any perpetual inventory count? Perpetual inventory count is your continuous inventory count. Okay, that's it. Do they have anything? Identify any problematic areas, discuss with the client in the sense, let's say, अच्छा चलो, for example, uh, if I consider two areas, there's Dell as a company and Dan. Consider Apple as a company. Okay, Apple as a company. Now, two things. One thing is risky. Can someone steal? Like, if there is a security, chupa ke, is it possible to easily take laptop or their MacBook or their screen, or which is easy? Screen, laptop, or mobile phone? iPhone, mobile phone. Or the client, you need to understand that this particular area is risky, you need to check. Okay, that also you'll discuss with the client. Now, during the inventory count, check, conduct the count, ensure instructions being carried out properly. During when the count is happening, you'll check with the client whether they are following the instructions. Make limited test count to check accuracy. Check the count, check the limited items, so you will get an idea whether it's accurately recorded in the sense. See, let's say, uh, hmm, you'll take up any inventory. All the inventory has a number. You'll take up that and check with the inventory's ledger. You'll check whether it's present, that is accurately recorded. Okay. Now make notes any damage, or whether check that into the records, whether they have recorded any damaged item or not. Check the documents such as cutoff testing as well. You need to understand whether this is for current period inventory, or if it's in the sense you purchased in this period or not. That matters, because let's say you say that this inventory is just sales also matter. Sales matter in the sense, if there's inventory recorded, if you're gonna send the goods, it's already showing that sales is done, control has passed. Okay, let's say control has passed, sales is done, but you have not delivered it yet, then it cannot be recorded into your inventory. That's a cutoff matter. Okay, check conclusion, how whether the goods, whether that is done care satisfactory or not. Trace the goods in the warehouse, check with the count sheets, inventory count sheets. Inquire any third party inventory held. Third party inventory, let's say, uh, you know how boat and these companies work? Third party inventory, na? How the boat company work. Initially, how they work. For example, let's say Naira is a mall. Assumption, okay? I have to sell uh what product you only suggest. जहाँ पे Naira will earn commission. Tell me what product. What product? Protein. Harsh, are you uh gym guy? अच्छा, कार. वाह वाह वाह. बंदे का. Protein sounds practical for me. Okay, great. Let's take protein. Car फिर कभी will use. Let's say I have to take protein. Sorry, I have to sell protein, right? In Naira's mall. I'll ask that keep my protein. Will she purchase? I'm a new brand. Will she purchase? No, she'll not purchase for the first time. Right? What she'll do, she'll give me on a commission basis. Now, can she record that into her inventory? You tell me. Commission basis let's say I have sold, I have kept 10 protein, no, 100 protein powder boxes onto her inventory. Okay. I have the control in the sense whenever I want, I can call it back to me. I can take it back with me. Okay. So can she record into her inventory? No, she cannot, right? She'll record commission on this. That also auditor need to check. The third party inventory should not be recorded. Okay. And in case she purchased from me and then sell to someone, then it can be recorded. Conclusion, acha done. Trace the count sheet of the existence. Yeah. Check with the count sheet, check with the existence. Third party, acha, this is done. After the count, inspect the inventory listing to ensure damaged obsolete items have been written down to an NRV. After the count, in the sense, whatever the inventory counted, check with the uh, level of the inventory. If it's damaged, check the net realizable value with whether it's correctly recorded. Inspect the GRNs and GDNs obtained, cutoff is correctly applied or not. Check the items on the count sheet obtained during count in inventory. Ensure qualities have not changed. Whatever the whatever in the count sheet you have recorded, after that you need to ensure that there is no change in the quality. If there is change in quality deteriorate, then it should be written at, you have to write off some values, right? Calculate the inventory days to compare with the prior years to know whether there is a slow moving inventory. Inspect the aged inventory listing, old items. Inspect purchase invoices to verify cost. Purchase invoices, inventory, you need purchase invoice. Inspect post year end sales for verify NRV. After the year and whatever sales you have made, check with the net realizable value whether you have actually realized that value or not, or you have realized lower than that. Okay, you need to check with that. Discuss with the management what is the percentage and how they are considering, what basis they are considering. Review calculations overhead, check the total and working progress. Ensure only production related heads are included, not admin related costs should be included. Capitalized should not be there. Capitalization, one more thing. IS2 standard says that, just a second. Acha. IS2 standard says that capitalize which cost? पता है? Which is necessary to sell inventory. Cheesecake. Can you export cheesecake without any protection or proper box? No. What's required? Something cold or something? You need to be kept in cold. Huh? Or some freezer box. Or also one more thing. If you check about insulin, पता है, whenever you buy insulin, they'll always give a freezer pack. I mean, ice pack or something along with that. That's also, so that particular thing, without that, it cannot be sold. That particular thing will be capitalized. But let's say if you are purchasing brownie, is it compulsory that it needs to be chilled? No, it's not compulsory. Then you cannot capitalize that. Storage cost you cannot capitalize. In the sense, whatever rack you have or whatever stylish fancy box you have, that you cannot capitalize. But here in cheesecake, if you have a cold storage, if you have cold box, that you can capitalize in your inventory. Okay, because it's required. That's a capitalization. Uh, then. Hmm. Okay. Uh, that's it. Huh. In case you have sold, in case your party has any inventory into third party. For example, my protein into Naira's warehouse or Naira's store. Okay. There, my auditor will check. He can visit the third party warehouse. He can also check the confirmation. He can draft a confirmation letter to Naira to confirm the quantity, condition, okay, to confirm the quantity, condition, accuracy is there or not. Check on the auditors. They can also, my auditor can also check with the Naira's auditor, okay. And in case they are taking standard cost, you need to consider detailed breakdown of the standard cost. Detailed breakdown in the sense, standard cost, let's say inventory has a different levels, okay, raw material, work in progress, and finished goods, okay. Work in progress as well, 10% done, 50% done, 20% done, etc. 10, 20, 50, in that way. You need to check the detailed breakdown listing. How much is that? Check with the sample cost. Inquire with the management standard cost, how often they are updated, whether it's updated timely or not. Inspect the variance count, assess the level of variance, reasonableness, discuss with the management any significant variance is there or not, any whether they are arising or not. Well, these are some areas you need to check. Okay, that's it. One more thing you can do is for inventory as well. I'm updating the same list into, your same word file. Okay. You want me to do this or you'll read it? Documents are सारे. Totally up to you. Hmm? Guys, yes or no?
मैम बस रीड कर लेंगे.
Read कर लोगे? ठीक है. Okay, all right. So yeah, let's take a break. Do you need a break? आज इंटरेस्टिंग लग रहा है. चाहिए ब्रेक? हाँ? No? Okay, all right. अगर नहीं चाहिए तो it's okay. If you want, it's fine. You can take, or let's take 2, 3 minutes. अच्छा, yes, yes. Let's take how much? कितना चाहिए आपको? 5, 10 minutes? 10 minutes? Okay. And then we'll do. Okay. Let's take 10 minutes and then we'll do substantive procedure exam kit question. Okay. Or else if we can also go through this एक बार में short में. ठीक है? So we'll done with exam kit as well. Inventory और दोनों हो जाएगा. So yeah. Okay, are you guys back? Hello. एक मिनट है. I know. All right. Meanwhile, जब तक everyone is back, let's see. Okay, for inventory, or let's see all the documents. See, where can you find out? In inventory listing, stock summary, you can identify quantity for value, and that to item wise, you can find out. Inventory trial balance, general ledger accounts, general ledger, okay, ledger. Perpetual inventory, that is continuous inventory system. And when even if there's a perpetual inventory system, you at least need to count towards the year end. Okay, if maintained, you can check that. Bin cards, stock in, stock out cards, inventory aging report, obsolete stock, uh, how long it's been there into slow moving inventory. It will also give you slow moving inventory. Slow moving inventory. Inventory. Okay. Check for the documents. If I talk about अच्छा ये क्या था तो हाँ documents for substantive procedures, and this is also the same thing for physical stock count, how much you have. Year-end stock count sheets, pre-numbered, it should be pre-numbered. Year-end sheets, how much towards the year and how much you have. Instructions on what basis. Variance report, inventory reconciliation, previous year stock count, cut-off testing. You'll check for GD and GRN for the year and after the year end. We'll check the purchase related, purchase invoices generated, purchase orders, goods receipt notes, supplier invoice, confirm the balance with the supplier, goods in transit as well. You need to confirm with the supplier. You need to check for the inspection report. Inspection report is for those inventory. Let's say there's a fire happened, right? A fire happened, and for that, if they are taking any inspection, that will be considered. Sales dispatch documents in case of the sales order, you'll check, you'll see cut off and existence will be able to you'll able to find out that. GDNs you'll be able to check sales invoice written inwards, outwards. Okay, sales in sales written or purchase written, you'll see you'll get it. If I talk about costing and valuation, standard cost sheet, standard cost, bills of material, this is not there into your audit syllabus, okay? Costing sheets, cost calculation, detailed cost, detailed cost analysis, overheads cost, absorption cost, management's net realizable value working, check with the management, scrap valuation, what scrap value they are considering, obsolete, slow moving inventory, production process in case of this, which is Hmm. Work order, production order, how much order you have to do, how much level of inventory order you have to consider for work in progress, okay? Production process. Material requisition notes, job cards, okay. For inventory as well, you'll consider the job cards in the sense how long time it does take to uh, complete, finish a good. Work in progress reports, and then yield reports, how much earning you are getting, or how much wastage report, production cost sheet, external third party warehouse confirmation, certificate for inventory store with consignee or agents, consignee and mediator agents, okay. Financial legal documents, general ledger, management representation letter, loan agreement. In case of the pledged inventory, you cannot sell this inventory unless you pay a loan. So in case there is any pledged inventory, you need to check insurance proceeds. In case of the let's say obsolete no, in case there's a fire or damage, insurance proceeds, insurance document. Even if you're selling the inventory or sending to the purchaser, okay, purchaser to any other country, check with the insurance proceeds. In case truck falls into the water, into the sea, you need to check that. ठीक है, for hypothetical example है, truck sea में कैसे गिरेगा, I don't know, but हाँ समझ लो, in that situation as well, you will check the insurance paper, how much can you recover it, okay, whether can you sell it, right, resell it, how much valuation you will get, these are things. And then these are other things, other just a summary of documents. Yeah, that's it. Okay, let's do example. Hmm. Okay, all right. Let's see this. There are two things you need to consider: inventory valuation, legal claims as well. Describe the substantive procedures auditors should perform in order to obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence in relation to the matters identified regarding inventory valuation of Vego dog products. You need to consider for dog products. Okay. Hmm. They are not talking about any other assertion level. Hmm. During valuation. Describe for auditor sufficient appropriate in relation to receivables balance from Elia company. Okay, now let's see. Okay. Now this scenario relates to the food requirement. It's 1st July 20x5. Perfect Company manufactures and sells variety of the food for dogs and cats. 1st July 20x5. Okay. Our Perfect Company manufactures sells variety of dog foods. Your firm Kirano Company has audited the company for a number of years. Not a new audit planner. You're about to commence final audit for the year end 31st March. Acha, year end is matters a lot, right? 31st March 2025. And the draft financial statement comments show profit before income tax 23.1 million and total assets of 99.2 million. Okay. Perfect Company has launched a new brand for vegan dog food, Vego Dog, in December 2024. Hmm. 1st April 2024 to 31st March 2025, which is within the year they have. But sales have been lower than expected. And the directors considering a discounted sale price. Vego products valued using standard costing method, and the standard cost comprise of raw material, labor cost, production overheads. As at 31st March 2025, Vego products with a standard cost of 2.4 million were included in finished goods in the as at 31st March, Vego products with a standard cost were into the included in the finished goods. What's the problem in this? Hmm? Work in progress, yes. Work in progress as well. And they are selling lower than they are selling usually at discounted price and they need to check. Okay, that's the thing. Now see, let's look at the procedure. Hmm. Check the inventory listing and check the total whether 2.54 million is correct or not, whether that is as per the inventory record. Obtain cast the inventory listing of Vego products. Agree the cost of 2.5 million is there in the inventory record. Is it there or not? Check the quantity shown as the year end. Is it the same as per the inventory record? So, if I talk about quantity shown as the year end to the year end inventory count records, what the quantity is same or not? Request a detail. There's a cost, huh? Standard cost. When there's standard cost, detail breakdown of cost calculation, each unit, type of the product, standard cost, how management derived the standard cost. Right? You get that. Calculate the cost confirmation. Confirm the quantities multiplied correctly with the standard cost. Calculate the correct quantities there. Recalculate the cost. check the correct quantities multiplied with the standard cost, right? For some, they are also talking about finished goods, 2.4 million. Yeah. For that, obtain a standard cost for raw materials. What they are saying. What is labor cost? Raw materials to recent purchase invoice. You'll compare. Timesheets, because whatever the inventory they would have recorded, they would have included production overheads. In that, they are saying that all production overheads are included. In the sense, production labor is also included. Check, compare that with the timesheets, wages record, whether that's correct or not. Okay. Overhead allocated to invoice and whether they are in production in nature or not, that you will check. Compare the sales price. What is the sales price over the time? Compare whether that has been reduced or not, whether that is demand, whether how much allowance is required, because they are talking about the allowance. Okay, check with that. Check the actual sales unit per month, because see, here they are talking about a lower than expected. Sales is lower than expected. Then check the sales, how much actual sales is there. They are saying that there is lower sales. Check the actual sales unit per month as per the budgeted, because they are saying expected to budget hoga, or from that they would have included. Check with the budgeted after the year and establish how actual lower is that. Okay, then expected, discuss that with management whether they have correctly recorded this or not. Okay, select a sample of inventory, whether check and review the post year in sales if they are still lower than the NRV or not, or the cost is above that or not. You need to make for an adjustment. You need to make an adjustment. Okay. See, everything is based to the scenario. Here, see, there is no fire, there is no insurance claim, then you won't write down here. समझ आ रहा है? Hello. Understood? Hello. Yes. How will you draft inventory? How will you draft? Now, see, अब ये easy हो जाएगा. Now, because you know all the documents, now it's easy for you. You know cost sheet, you can consider cost sheet. They are not storing anything at the warehouse. Third party, then you don't need to consider that. Work in progress, yes, you need to see the cost sheet. Then count, stock count. If they are talking about inventory valuation, one more thing you need to add, whether the standard cost is multiplied by actual units or not, to check, confirm the accuracy of the transactions. Okay, and you can ask the management as well. That's it. Okay, let's see for the receivable. Hmm. One of the Perfect Company's major customer, Ella Company, operates a chain of pet stores with 23 stores across the country. See, across the country in the sense, there's no uh, that foreign currency wala thing nahi. There have been reports that press in the press for several months that Ella Company sales profits have been several months. Ella Company's sales profit have been falling. What thing you need to check? What thing you need to check? Either say you'll get a hint. Going concern for you? Major customer. Yes, yes, yes. Very good. Going concern. Major customer. But here you need to not, here you don't need to check for going concern. You are asked to check your receivable.
And the communication between the major customer and the company.
Communication, month on month sales, how much balance is outstanding. Also read further. Ella Company announced 11 of its stores were to close in May 25. Bad debt, slow moving receivables. Okay.
And discuss with the management are any need of allowance or not.
Whether provision should be bad debt provision or allowance should be made or not. Yes, correct. At 31st March, Perfect Company trade receivable include 2.6 million outstanding from Ella. No allowance has been made included for that. Okay. This is the third party. Do you need a correspondence? Logically so. Hmm? Why? You can write down correspondence. Why? There is no need. Harsh, tell me. That's a major balance. The company is closing of 11 stores out of 23, almost near to 50%, uh, somewhere around 45%. Why don't you need correspondence? You need correspondence. Correspondence is what? Check with the customer. That's it. Okay. Check the age, check the slow moving receivables, check with the credit controller. After the year end, have you received it? Because there's 2.6 million outstanding balance. Have you received it? Okay. One more thing. Is this issue small or big? Logically सोच के बताओ. 2.6 million small or big?
Big.
Sorry. हाँ, big issue. हाँ, circularization you can also take. But no, circularization
हाँ,
won't be.
but
नहीं.
मैम
Hmm.
सर्कुलराइजेशन बहुत जगह यूज हुआ ही नहीं है पूरे एग्जाम किट के अंदर, मतलब बहुत रेयरली सर्कुलराइजेशन यूज किया जा रहा है.
Hmm. Receivable, I'll tell you where it will be used. See, at that 31st trade receivable included. See, in this question, it's clearly saying that there is a risk. You can clearly see there's a risk of bad debt. Circularization is more useful when you have to, confirm the balance with the external party. Circularization is more useful. Receivable circularization. Okay, but here the balance is, that the problem is with the bad debts. Whether you need to consider this or not. That's why you need to think. Now think. This is a big issue. Any big issue, where will they discuss?
Review the board meetings. Is
Very good.
there any significant matter which they need to discuss or not?
Hmm. Very good, very good. Yes, very nice. Check the board meeting. Any major issue, they'll always एक सीधा जाके ना लिख देने का board minutes. Check review the board minutes. Any decision, management decision, all the documents, right? One more thing. Discuss why there is no allowance because they are not making any allowance. ना? सीधा बात है. And check the answer. बोलते students it's difficult. And substantive procedures is difficult. You know why it's difficult? Because you try to mug it up. अरे logically देखो सब कुछ everything is given. हाँ, credit controller as well you can review it. Review correspondence with the Elia companies. Establish whether discussion about payment difficulty. Why there is a difficulty? Are they actually going to pay or not? You can consider whether they are intent to settle the full outstanding amount. Yes or no, you will consider. Check the age of the outstanding debt, how long they are not paying. If that's already 6 months or already near to an year, then you need to think that whether what should I do. Okay, with the credit control established, it has exceeded the agree credit terms or not. In the sense, there must be some credit terms and conditions. If they are exceeding that credit terms and conditions, from next time you cannot give it on credit. And there's some provision. Every company will have their thing that if that way XYZ period has passed, will record as a bad debt provision. Whether that limit has crossed or not, check with that. Post year end receipt, after the year end, if Elijah is paying or not, how much debt was recovered towards the completion date, how much the year end balance remains outstanding, you need to check. Check the board minutes to identify any concerns, any payments Elia company has. Discuss with the management of Perfect why there's no allowance they have created. That's it. All that they need in respect of that. Assess the justification. How they are justifying. Okay, one more thing. When you do substantive procedures, look at this. Okay, I didn't see how much marks. You only required 4, but they will give you 5. Here it's not giving you very well structured. Usually they give you that what examiner is looking for. You can give it a read to this as well, huh? Because this will see. हाँ
मैम
नायरा.
अगर हम अगर 6 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन है और 6 से ज्यादा लिख दे तो फर्स्ट 6 ही वो होते हैं कंसर्न, या फिर आगे के भी वो देख लेते हैं, मार्क्स मिलते हैं उनपे?
देखो, I'll tell you from the examiner's perspective. Usually क्या होता है कि their intention is not to fail. ACC ऐसा नहीं है कि वो fail करेंगे. But in case you write more than 6, ठीक है? And all 7 are correct. Or let's say you write 7, then they'll give 6 marks. Okay? अगर आपने 7 लिखा है और ऊपर का एक गलत है तो they'll consider 1 more mark. They'll want to, वो ले लेंगे, consider कर लेंगे. Understood the point? Maximum 6 marks, but you have written all 6 correct. आपको still 6 ही मिलेंगे. They'll consider the further as well if that is wrong. But don't do that. Write 6 first correct. The reason is if you write extra, you'll waste time for another case study, for another, of course, substantive procedure. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's move further. एक और हो जाएगी. Let's do this. We have liabilities.
मैम लीगल केस बचा था ना उसमें.
हाँ चलो लीगल केस कर लेते हैं. लीगल केस इधर से बता दूं मैं आपको. ओके चलो. लेट्स लॉजिकली थिंक ऑफ इट. वैसे इधर होना तो चाहिए.
मैम वी कैन डायरेक्टली डू द क्वेश्चंस एंड हम लोग डिस्कस कर सकते हैं कि एक दूसरे में मतलब क्या पॉइंट हम लोग को अभी याद है एंड देन वी कैन चेक द आंसर्स कि हम लोग के क्या क्या पॉइंट आए. सो
True.
लेट्स डू
We
इट इन
can
दैट
also.
वे.
हाँ okay, let's do that. Discuss the substantive procedures to perform, obtain sufficient appropriate evidence in relation to the legal claims. There are some legal claims you need to consider. Whenever there is legal claim, logically you think. Uh, First thing, we'll check with the.
There are whenever there are legal claims, there are 3 points are mandatory, like review the board meetings, review and with the concern of customer, sorry, with the concern of client, contact the lawyers about the how much they feel that the success of the claim, and again correspondence with the customers, what and is that legal claim is actual existed or not. Yeah.
True, very good. See, first thing, whenever there is a legal claim, lawyer से बात करोगे. Okay, we'll talk to the lawyer. Second thing, okay, in along with the lawyer, you will consider whether that should be a provision, whether that should be a contingent liability, what should you record. That's what in legal claim you'll do. Okay, legal claim is also a big issue, not a small issue. So you'll check with the board, right? Third party, you'll check with the third party as well, how much they are claiming. Okay, and another thing, is there any post year end cash settlement happening or not? Towards year end, out of court settlement or not? We'll check for that. In case management is saying that XYZ, we don't need to record, take the written representation from the management. These are some general points. Now see.
डिस्क्लोजर भी और कंप्लायंस विद ISA
हाँ,
37 भी ये
37 as well. Yeah, you'll see that. That's the same provision standard. Disclosure as per the provision standard. With the lawyer only, you'll get an idea. है ना?
और
If
मैम हम
lawyers.
रिटन प्रेजेंटेशन क्लाइंट से कौन से केसेस में ले सकते हैं?
Written presentation, let's say for valuation report. On the above scenario, he was saying that no allowance is required. Why, on what basis they are saying? And in this legal claim as well, you can take it. Or let's say there's another situation happening. आप बताओ, आपको याद है कोई particular point?
रिवैल्यूएशन के लिए
हाँ, revaluation. Yes, for valuation they are
और
taking it.
डेप्रिसिएशन पॉलिसी.
हाँ, depreciation policy. Standard cost के लिए भी आप ले सकते हो. What basis they are using. And inventory valuation policy, you can take written representation from management. Okay. Going concern issue depends. Going concern in the sense, exactly, tell me.
We can write like this: obtain a written representative from management about that all the information are disclosed perfectly and all the relevant information about
You
the
can.
going concern are disclosed.
That you can consider. That you can consider. Okay. One more thing it was about to, for liability, you usually, and for assets as well, you can take it. Let's say there is an asset stored at the third party warehouse, you can say that. And written representation is always also going to be useful when you have to rely on management
And
thing.
about the major announcement.
Major allowance in, yeah, that also you can. Let's say they are saying you are relying on the inventory count of your management, then also you can take the written representation. Okay? Understood? Chalo, let's see this. Hmm. Five marks. On 25th Feb, it was discovered that a batch of canned cat food have been contaminated with insecticides, which could be harmful for cats. This batch has been dispatched in November, to 247 retail stores. By 31st March, huh, Perfect has received a legal claim of totaling 1.9 million from consumers whose cat had eaten contaminated food. Okay, how logically you think? First thing, check with the customer whether they have actually been affected or not. Check their report. If they are saying that they have purchased, the customers which are claiming, consumers. The claim is from the consumers, huh? No, एक second. Acha, retail stores. Check with the bill, then only you can review, right? Check with the lawyers, check with the customers, check how is likelihood outcome of the claim, check the board minutes, compare the level of returns, sales return, medical reports. Who is this, Pradeep? You wanna speak something? Your typing speed, thought. Yeah, nice. Okay, medical reports. Okay, post year end payment, whether you have considered paid anything or not. Obtain written representation of from management of any incident. Check the financial statement whether you have correctly disclosed the same thing we discussed recently.
We can also write now like any refund is like, are they need to create any kind of refund provision?
You can consider that. But no. You cannot write that because question me they are not stating anything for refund. They are stating everything for legal claim. So your answer should be based on the legal claim rather than writing anything else.
थोड़ा ऑडिट रिस्पांस में चले गया ना, ऑडिट क्लेम वाला.
Audit response पे चला गया. Okay. Check with the customer correspondence detail of the claim of how much amount has been claimed. Then correspondence with the lawyers, with the client's permission, client's lawyers, perfect company's lawyers with the client's permission, contact the lawyers, outcome of the customer. Sorry, you cannot, sorry, my bad. You cannot consider, you can contact client's lawyer, not the third party's lawyer. वहां पे वो प्रॉब्लम हो जाती है लीगल केस, राइट? लॉजिकली यू कैन नॉट डू दैट. Discuss with the lawyer likelihood of the potential future claims. Inspect the board meaning establish details, circumstances, contamination, a certain management's view, likelihood that existing claims will be. Inspect the board meetings, the circumstances, management's view, likelihood of the existing claim successful, and possible of the future claim. Keywords. Only this much you need to write down. Okay. Compare the level of written claims against the sales volume. How much is the level? Whether they are saying 247, a whole batch is given. 247 in the retail stores it's given and had received legal claim. 247. Then you need to check that from the 247 is all the customer have the problem is to from all the 247 customers or any one or two, any or only one area. That also need to check, na? Because see, the logic is if I receive this claim from all my 247, let's say there's 247. If I'm receiving this particular claim for all my 247 warehouse, then all my 247 retail claims, then there's a problem in my product. Or let's say if I receive from only one region, then there's a problem in that particular area. storage problem. That also you can write down, right? That's why. Sales volume, assess the level of future claims. Review post year end payment whether you have done any out of court settlement. Compare with amount provided in the year and assess the reasonableness. Obtain a written representation that there has been no other contamination incident, no other liability claims. Management are aware of the provision will be required or not. Okay. That 247 wala claim is not mentioned here, but yeah, you can mention it. It's related to legal claims only. Okay. Review draft financial in case that legal claims have been appropriately disclosed as per the IS 37 or not. Yeah, that's it. That's it about the legal claim. Okay. Shall we do one more question? Akitari company. Is it easy now? Everything is given in the question. Easy now? You need to get at least 25 out of substantive. Pick what they want. Relation to income. Okay. Relation to the income. In the sense, revenue standard. IFRS 15. If I talk about revenue standard, revenue is only considered when you transfer the control. Okay. Revenue is a 5-step approach. थोड़ा सा brief about standard, तब आपको आगे समझ आएगा. First, identify the contract. Contract should be there. Second, identify the transaction price. No. Second, identify the performance obligation. Performance obligation. Okay. Identify the transaction price. Allocate the transaction price as per the performance obligation. Performance obligation. Fifth, record as satisfied. Okay. If I talk about, let's say you are purchasing a car. Okay. Along with the car, if you are providing a service, 5-year service. Okay. Car and 5-year service. For if I have to record revenue for the car, I'll record on the spot. I give the control to my client. Okay. But if I have to record for the 5-year service, the cost I'll accrue that over the 5 years period. That is how a performance obligation. Okay. Pradeep.
My mistake.
One more thing you need to consider. How many performance obligation are there? 2 performance obligation. 2 performance obligation. कार यूजुअली थोड़ा हाइपोथेटिकल प्राइस लूंगी मैं जस्ट टू मेक गुड कैलकुलेशन $1 lakh. हाँ 1 lakh चलो फाइन अच्छा $1 lakh $100,000 and service cost per service it costs somewhere around 1,000. Okay, per service, per year service. For 5 years if I talk about total 5,000, so your total value नहीं consider 10,000 थोड़ा अच्छा वैल्यू नहीं it will be too much. Consider 7.5. हाँ consider 5,000 sorry. It would be 25. Okay, plus 25. 1,25,000 total cost. Okay. Now I have to divide this. How will I divide? Car and service. What is the actual cost? 100 divided by total, 125. And there is a sale happening. Okay. In sale, let's say I am selling it only for, you can say 110. Okay. This is the transaction price. Transaction price. Okay. Transaction price. Allocate as per the performance obligation. 110. 100 multiply 110 divide by 125. So 88 would be for car. When I have to record revenue for this point, 88 for car I have to record. And if I talk about my this service, 22,000 I can record. But not right now. And one more thing, car service will be after the year end, right? एक साल ऐसा तो थोड़ी है you'll give के आज के आज service ले लो. No, no, you'll give it after the year end, not today only. So divide by 5 first of all. So when you have service, the customer is going to pay you 110, right? But you will record that as a contract revenue. And as you satisfy the performance obligation, you are gonna, record that. So towards the year end, you record 4.4 every year, 4.4 in short, as you satisfy. This is the whole revenue standard. If you understand this, you will be able to solve this question. Okay, those who are FR exempted, आपके लिए I don't want कि ये bouncer question जाए. Okay, now let's see. This wants you to satisfy income. Okay, one more thing. Logically, you tell me. If it's talking about the income, what all tests you need to consider? Cutoff testing. Write down the substantive procedures you need. Guys.
Completeness.
Accuracy, yes. Completeness. Then allocation matters or not? Matters. Then valuation. TCC over. Main thing, occurrence. ER won't be there. Okay? Yeah, done. Yeah, that's it. Now let's give it a read to the study. I mean, the case study. On 1st July, you are an audit manager of Sagittari and Company. You are in charge of 2 final audits which are due to come in shortly. Acha, 2 final audits. Vega Vista and Canopus. I have to do for Vega Vista. Both are existing client with a financial year end. So both has the year end 31st March. After the year end, okay, whenever there is income, you also need to check out debt. Sorry, credit income. Okay, is Vega Vista is not for profit charitable organization which raise funds for disadvantaged family. Raise funds, huh? And the draft financial statement shows a revenue. Can you find out invoice for this? Smart. Very good. Okay. Cool. Company nahi hai. It's just NPO. That's why. No invoice as of now. But in case they have any other activity to run the business, for that you need to check. Okay. Canopus manufactures paint 7 factories across the country and liability. Okay. We'll read it further. Vega Vista company generates income in number of ways. Main sources, annual food. Okay, two. First thing I identified. Raise fund, raise fund, raise fund. Okay, and there's annual revenue of 0.8 million. Main source of income is via annual food and music festival held September every year. You tell me logically. Okay, sorry, moving further and then you'll be able to do. Tickets. How will you confirm?
Tickets sold into price.
Very good. How many tickets sold? That's in September every year, which costs 35. Are sold in 9 months period. Are sold in 9 months period prior to the event and can be purchased in advance online on the day of the event. Can be purchased in an online or on the day of the event for cash. What things you will consider? इधर से ही पता चल जाता है. Okay, how many substantive procedures you need? 5. How many? Okay, first thing. Consider every year September. Only 1 month is happening, na? Then daily tickets, right? It can also be purchased online. Online sales, cash sales, confirm it with ticket numbers, right? मतलब इवन इफ यू सिट विदाउट कि नहीं आता है हमें, फिर भी आपको सब कुछ क्वेश्चन में दिया है.
मैम
इट्स
ब्रेक
वेरी
डाउन
इजी.
ले लेंगे जो जो इनकम की
हाँ
चीज है, और फिर
हाँ
टिकट्स का भी ऑनलाइन कितना है, ऑफलाइन कितना है.
हाँ. एक्चुअली ब्रेक डाउन फॉर फूड एंड टिकट्स, है ना? बिकॉज दे आर ऑल्सो सेइंग फूड, राइट? दैट्स इट. Approximately 15,000 people attended. अच्छा. Check whether it's correctly 15,000 multiplied by ticket price or not. उन्होंने बोला है 15,000 अटेंड किया, तो योर रेवेन्यू शुड बी 15,000 मल्टीप्लाई 35, राइट? Attended September event and more are anticipated for 20x5 next year. At the event, there are number of stalls selling food, and charity receives a fixed percentage of these sundry sales. Percentage. Even if they are saying the fixed percentage, calculate whatever the sales done by charity, multiply by the percentage, units sold. Also, during festivals, volunteers of charity sign up individuals to make monthly donation, and these paid by bank transfer. Check the bank transfer list for volunteer donation to the charity. During audit planning, completeness and cutoff income was flagged. Completeness and cutoff was a problem. Then one more thing, you cannot write anything for occurrence. You need to prove for completeness and occurrence. Sorry, a completeness and cutoff. Okay. See one thing, they can purchase before 9 months as well. Okay, and the period ending. बहुत ही लॉजिकल थिंग है. इतने अच्छे क्वेश्चंस आते हैं, you can easily score good marks. 31st March 25, this is the year end. They can purchase, and event will happen every year at September, in September. So for this period end, it would have happened on September 24. Okay, in the sense, after September 24, whatever the purchase happens for the tickets, 9 months back, na? Okay, between 1st Jan 25 to 31st March 25, what will you consider? They are saying na, cut off बोला है इन्होंने. They are saying cut off is a problem. See, look at this. Cut off and completeness is a thing.
मैम 50,000 तो लास्ट ईयर का है.
Wait a second. How? Okay, चलो.
मैम आपकी स्क्रीन लैग हो रही है.
हाँ, मेरे भी लगी रही. My laptop is impaired right now. An internal hint है ये. Okay. Okay. Just a second. Your year starts from 1st April 24, because your year ending is 2000, sorry, 24. I hope it's visible. 31st March. How is it last year? And the event happened in September 24. How is it last year? It is saying, see, look at this. It at one point it is saying it is expected to increase even more for the next year. See, anticipated that it will increase for 25, and people can purchase before 9 months. मतलब सितंबर में इवेंट, जो सितंबर में इवेंट होने वाला है 9 months से पहले, if they are going to purchase 9 months before, that is starting from Jan. Okay, if I consider if they can purchase in sorry, what I sorry, they are saying that they are expecting more in the next year. Okay, and the event tickets can be purchased online before 9 months. The purchasing date would start from 1st Jan to 31st March. Then there is a risk that what if this thus that period sale is considered now. Don't you think? Then you need to check with the date. Okay, let's see this. Obtain a schedule of all income cast to confirm completeness, accuracy. Balance agree with the trial balance. Check with the trial balance. Compare individual category income of festival tickets, sundry sales, donations, because there are three categories they have identified. Three categories. First is tickets, second is food, third is sundry sales. No, food and sundry sales is same, na? Sundry sales. The third one is donation. Okay, that you need to check. That's why compare with the prior year. Why prior year? See why prior year? Because for this year, 2024 September, the sales of tickets would have started on 1st April, 1st Jan 2024, which was falling under the last year. You need to check that at that point it was recorded as an advanced revenue, contract revenue, you advanced revenue. Now you have to consider that. You have to make sure that is reclassified in this year. Okay. One more thing. Are they talking about any written? No, when? Let's see. They are not talking, so that's why you cannot. For the annual festival, construct proof in total calculation number sold tickets approximately 15,000 multiplied 35. Compare this to income recorded, significant difference. Okay. You cannot take for return of the ticket. Okay. Because the thing is, they are not talking about it. If they are talking about that, then you'll consider. And tickets usually can sold, but never cancelled. Na? That's the thing. For tickets sold on the day, reconcile the ticket stubs on with the cash, the number of tickets sold multiply 35. Agree the cash bank in the bank statement correctly bank. Discuss with the management the procedure ensuring advance tickets in September 25 are excluded. See, for September 25, there's going to be an event. They're excluded for the financial statement, excluded from income, instead recognized as a deferred income. If you record something, if you have advance, not contract earner, sorry, the correct term is deferred income. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, deferred income, right? Deferred, if in case you receive any income in advance, deferred income. Okay. Select with the advance ticket sales made online for the next year and agree the transaction has been excluded from current year income. Follow through inclusion. Check with the deferred income again whether that's correctly excluded. Check the general entry to transfer prior year deferred income to current year, right? 24 to current year ledger. Agree with the figures to prior year statement whether that's correct or not. The general entries are correct or not. For sundry sales, obtain a detailed breakdown. What is the income received? Oh, Mike. हाँ, it can also be the case, but they are not saying it ना, तो हमें ये लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. बिंदिका, see, you have to prove completeness and cut off. You cannot write down. That's a management thing. Even if there's a higher cash sales, you just need to say that you confirm the cash uh, ticket sold on cash on the date. Confirm it's 35, whether it's correctly recorded, whether it's correctly recorded into bank statement or cash book, correctly recorded or not. Ticket identity number or something would be there. Ticket number, you can also write down that. Yeah. For sundry sales, obtain a breakdown per stall. Agree supporting documentations are there. Each stall holder recalculate fixed percentage received as per the agreement. It should be as per the agreement made, right? Compare the sundry sales holder to prior year to investigate any difference, any significant differences there or not. For monthly donation, check a sample of donation. Sign up documentation to bank statement whether it's correctly, because they are receiving from bank, whether bank documentation, bank ledger account, income listing, and recorded. It should be recorded completely. For new donors, agree monthly sum, start date for the completion forms, trace monthly donations, agree from the bank ledger account and bank statement, because if the donor is that, they are considering two scenarios. One time donation, those who come one time. But there are also gonna be the parties who donate monthly basis. That's why you need to check monthly donation base. Got it? Revenue is well done. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. A task for you. How many things we have done? We did revenue right now. We did inventory. We did something of liability. Okay. चलो legal claim बोल देते हैं. Legal claim. Then first one, what was it? Receivables. Receivable and payable is same, na? Not much difference. Same hai. All five, what you have to do, the same procedure which I'm telling you. Or even if you can do five, at least do four, okay? Go through the exam kit again. The procedure which I'm telling you, identify the document, write down the document, make your notes, Excel sheet, write down the documents which they are doing. You need to remember the documents. If you remember documents, then done. From whole exam kit, wherever you find out. Control F, revenue. Control F, income, inventory. You'll get it. ठीक है? Done. Very easy task. चार है. आपको बस read all, okay, do all, and write down the documents and share it in the group. Okay. हाँ, बेस्ट है. ग्रुप में शेयर करना.
मैम मैंने अपने हैंड रिटन नोट्स में पहले से ही डॉक्यूमेंट्स ही लिखे हुए हैं बस.
अरे वाह, अच्छी बात है देन. कोई बात नहीं. इट्स जस्ट दैट आई वांट यू टू डू पुट सम एफर्ट्स. चैट जीपीटी से नहीं करना है. चैट जीपीटी तो सीधा दे देगा. आपको याद रखना है. लिख के याद रहती है चीजें. राइट डाउन एक्सेल शीट वॉट एवर. आई एम ओके विद दैट. यू नीड टू बी डिसिप्लिन इनफ. ओके, दैट्स इट. एनी डाउट्स? नो रिस्पॉन्स. हाँ.
मैम मुझे एविडेंस में पूछना था इंटीग्रेटेड टेस्ट फैसिलिटी.
इंटीग्रेटेड टेस्ट फैसिलिटी.
वो बॉक्स में ही दिया हुआ था जिसमें प्रोसीजर्स दिए थे ना, जैसे डेटा एनालिटिक्स टूल्स थे वो सब, तो वो
हाँ.
इम्पोर्टेंट है करने के लिए कि डेफिनेशन वगैरह आ सकती है.
नहीं, वेरी लेस चांसेस यू डोंट गेट इट.
ठीक.
Very less. You can get it where the test facility can be used. You can get that, but definition नहीं आती.
एविडेंस से डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चंस तो नॉर्मली नहीं आते ना, मतलब यू.
नहीं,
ठीक है.
नहीं. That's good about ACCA. They basically don't want you to mug up. See, actually the point is, if you get proper understanding after watching the sessions, मतलब sessions देख के सब समझ आ जाता है. You don't need to go back and read. Then it's okay if you directly jump on the exam kit and do everything. It's fine. Students also get good marks in that. It's just that conceptual clarity and application skills. कितने students हैं? When I was sitting for my audit exam, there was a colleague. She was like रट के रखा था पूरी study text, but she didn't. Like she couldn't clear. 4 attempt में भी नहीं हुआ, and then she dropped ACCA. That's a problem. मतलब the approach is the problem. Okay?
मैम आप अटेम्प्ट्स बता के डराओ मत.
नहीं, मैं आपको अटेम्प्ट नहीं बता के नहीं डरा रही हूँ. मैं आपको अप्रोच बता रही हूँ. उसकी अप्रोच तब गलत थी. उसने स्टडी टेक्स्ट रटी है. अब हमने उसे कितनी बार बोला तो एग्जाम किट ट्राई करो. आप एग्जाम किट ट्राई करो. दैट्स अ पॉइंट. मतलब मेरा उसका लास्ट अटेम्प्ट था. मेरा तब अटेम्प्ट मेरा पहला था, ऐसा कुछ था. सो हमने उसे बोला था कि एग्जाम किट करो. देन डरने वाली बात नहीं. अप्रोच अच्छी पता चल जाती है तो फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में ही रैंक ला दोगे भाई आप लोग. ओके, दैट्स इट. हाँ, doing the same thing now, trying exam kit. Yes, if you do exam kit, that's how you will clear. भाई आपको मैनुअल दे दे कि ऐसे ऐसे तलवार चलानी है, बट आप प्रैक्टिस ही ना करो तो वहां पे जाके थोड़ी चलाओगे. मैनुअल कार दे, मतलब मैनुअल दे दे ऐसे ऐसे कार ड्राइव होती है. आप प्रैक्टिस ही नहीं करोगे तो कैसे चलाओगे कार? दैट्स द पॉइंट.
मैम जैसे मैंने सब्सटेंसेस की प्रैक्टिस करी है ना, तो इजी तो लग रहे हैं मुझे अब क्वेश्चंस, और हो भी बहुत जल्दी रहे हैं, तो फिर वो टाइम मैं कंट्रोल रिस्क और उसमें लगा लूंगी कि
हाँ,
उसी में.
बट ओवर एक्साइटेड मत हो जाना.
नहीं, पर मैं सही में मैंने नोट करके ही कर रही हूँ आप टाइमिंग्स, पर अब सही
हाँ,
में सही हो रहे हैं आंसर्स.
सही है. अच्छी बात है, अच्छी बात है. अच्छा इम्प्रूवमेंट है. बट ऐसा मत हो ना, मतलब लास्ट तक रिवाइज भी करना, क्योंकि मैंने जब अपना सेकंड अटेम्प्ट दिया था ना, मेरा इंटरनल कंट्रोल बहुत तगड़ा था. मैंने थ्रू आउट जॉब के साथ उसको कभी खोल के ही नहीं देखा. समझ रहे हो? वैसा मत करो. ठीक है. ऑल राइट गाइज, दैट्स इट फॉर टुडे. इन केस यू हैव एनी डाउट्स यू कैन रीच आउट टू मी. मतलब हाँ, हम डिस्कस कर सकते हैं. So yeah, bye bye. Have a good day. Complete your task. I'm ending the session. Right? Bye.